Alright guys, welcome back to Sharp Stuff with Eric Shipley. We're going to talk a little bit about why paracord handles don't work. I bought this UST from Walmart for pretty cheap at about, I'd say, I think it was about $14. But anyway, really impressed with the blade. Good grade of steel. Used it for an entire day clearing brush and trimming trees at the tree farm, and worked out really well. The scabbard on it is pretty nice. It's just simple poly nylon. It has this weird dual buckle-in system at the top with Velcro underneath. I wasn't impressed by it. I personally prefer the snaps. And also it opens here a little farther up to make it easier to access the blade and put it back. Also comes with a fire starting kit, magnesium rod with a iron core here, and this apparently is not meant to be used with the blade itself, because whenever I tried to use it, the iron core immediately snapped off the end as soon as I tried to use it to strike. So I've always thought they were kind of gimmicky anyway, but I was rather unimpressed with it. But anyway, back to the main point. So even knowing this is a great blade, it has a wonderful weight to it. The teeth on the back of the saw blade are actually offset, which is what actually allows them to cut. When they're all in line, they just kind of skate across each other. This paracord handle, as all paracord handles is, they look really cool, but they just aren't worth a damn for a grip. Once they get into being used, and granted, this was only one day, it started to separate because the paracord stretches. It's the nature of it. Paracord actually is parachute cord, which is what it attaches the guy's harness to the parachute. Now, that is meant to stretch whenever it's deployed to actually take some of the shock out of the parachute catching you. So inherently, if you're using the exact same stuff, which would be high quality paracord, it's going to stretch a lot. And the problem with making a grip out of that is you end up with this really narrow profile where your hand grips. And the problem is after even a certain amount of swings, it starts to dig into your hand. And whenever you strike, it actually pops down and all of that force comes ricocheting right back at your hand. So paracord handles, if it's just going to be something you're going to put on a shelf and never actually use, go for it. They're absolutely wonderful for that because they are incredibly decorative. They're really, you can get really crazy with the knot work and make it look cool. But the thing is, for an actual working blade, if you're going to take this thing out in the field and use it, don't bother with the paracord. Just wrap some up and stick it in your pocket. It's going to do just as good. But overall, if I had to rate this blade itself, the blade is wonderful. The design of it is fantastic. It's about 14 inches from hilt to tip. It features a machete edge, which actually stayed very sharp even after a lot of abuse, trimming off branches. And even the saw blade on the backside is still pretty sharp to the touch. So, impressed with that. Very unimpressed with this paracord handle, which is why it's probably going to get removed. And I'm going to put a nice handle, hilt, and pommel on this thing to actually make it usable again. So probably go back in with a brass plate or something. I don't know. I'll figure that out down the road. But as far as the mechanics goes, just a reminder of, paracord seems like a good idea because it's cheap, easy to get a hold of. But if you're ever going to actually use the dang thing, don't even bother. It's just a waste of money and waste of time. Just go ahead and put a proper handle on it, call it a day, and move on. And the tool will actually last a lot better too, because paracord, being a plastic product, is going to wear out and tear like most fabrics will. So that's my rant in closing. If you want to know more about this, give me leave something in the comments and we can discuss it further. But overall, UST machete, pretty nice blade. Paracord handle, fail. Anyway, I'm Eric with Sharp Stuff. See you next time.